Okay, it looks like we are back. That's what it looks like. It looks like we are back. If you're on the phone lines and you're still there, that's a wonderful thing. But it doesn't look like you're still there on the phone lines. Must be another listen. Always a powerful share.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, man. Wow, that's right. We are back.
To start your
we
show
are
now, press
back.
1.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
So true, so true. Thank you for that, Brittany. Always powerful. Absolutely. We're going to get ourselves situated here. Let's see. Let's see. I think here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know, it's so crazy because earlier today, I seen myself coming on. And when I was coming on the live stream, my words were, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And I said, Blue, stop being so damn dramatic. Needless that I know, I was time traveling in the future. And so guess what? That oh my goodness was this. And I kept saying, I'm not going to come on talking about some oh my goodness, oh my goodness. There's no reason to be oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So I'm not going to be oh my goodness. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh my goodness. Did this just take everything away? Like literally everything went away. Hopefully it comes back like everything went away. Like everything. Like I can see nothing. If you can see me, then that's a beautiful thing. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. This is the oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. It looks like everything is coming back. Wow. Yes, here we go. Here we go. Okay, what do I need to do? Let me do this. All right, we gonna do.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio.
Oh. Okay, come on.
To start your show now.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Okay. I don't need to connect twice, do I? I think I can close that. Did I close it? No, I didn't close it. Listen. What a week. I haven't even been able to talk about the week. But yeah. All right. It's official. Okay, here we go. I have to pull everything up because right now I know you guys are there, but I am in a completely different dimension than you. So, yeah, give me a minute and I'm going to get back to the dimension you're in. I know you can hear me, right? But I'm not in your dimension. Trust me when I say that. We are in different dimensions right now. I feel like I'm in the 10th dimension, like I'm stuck in the 10th dimension with Angela, which is Odin's daughter. Like I'm out of the 9 realms completely. And I'm in a whole nother dimension, which we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to be talking about this lunar eclipse, even though it's not a total lunar eclipse. can see you all. I've made it back to this dimension. What what a beautiful thing. And I trust you all can hear me. Give me 1 second. I just need to pull up everything and make sure we are all here. So, ooh wee. Now I know why I woke up saying, "Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness." And I kept saying, "Stop being so damn dramatic." Wait, I think I'm already here. Let me double check before I do something I don't need to do and make sure that you all can hear me in the blue room and make sure you all can hear me on the phone lines. Make sure you can hear me. You know, I kind of blame myself for this. Can you all hear me on the phone lines? And if you can hear me in the blue room, let me know. I blame myself for this. And I'm gonna let you know. Ms.Blue, I can hear you. What's going on? You hear me? Is anybody okay? The sound is great. You guys can hear me in the blue room. Hopefully you can hear me on the phone lines as well too. But I'm gonna tell you, I put this into being because last week I made a wish to myself. Not just a promise, but a wish. And I wanted things that was no longer serving me, that was not in alignment, that were bad habits, that was no good for me to leave, to go, to bring it front and center, to see the true colors, see my true colors of how I really felt, relationships, work, soul family, soul work, things around me, so I could see clearly. And it totally blew my mind. Literally. And I asked for those things to not work for me, to not work. So if I had blinders on, you know how sometimes you can want something so bad in a good way, not in a bad way, but in a good way. You could want something to work so bad that a lot of times you find yourself being that bigger person, or you find yourself sort of stepping to the side, and you find yourself sort of doing certain things just to kind of maintain the connection, maintain the relationship. So a lot of times, you know, this was something I learned when I was younger. You know, friendships, relationships, connections are only as good as tested. And I'm not talking about being tested by the other person. I'm talking about you testing yourself and your own values, and your own integrity, in your own self-love, and in your own self-awareness. And a lot of times we turn a blind eye to ourselves. And so immediately, and here's where I'm going with this, immediately I sat down and started to work on the computer. And it was acting a little shady. It was acting a little flaky. I was like questioning, like, yo, to my desktop, like, yo, what's up? What's up? We've been cool for a minute. What's going on with you? Every day I sit down, you got some sort of glitch. You got some sort of issue. You got sort of something going on. I'm getting emails about things that been outdated that needed to get upgraded, and I upgraded you and you didn't take the upgrade. So what you trying to tell me? Because you do know that, like, we can equate this to any area of our lives, but I want you to think of it this way. You can send out energy to anyone, but if they're not open to receive it, it's wasted energy. And the divine is not really going to tell you to do that in that kind of way. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the PC. Like, I'm asking questions like, okay, let me check the last time you got an update. Let me see the last time this happened. What's going on with Windows? Let me see where your memory is. Let me see how much storage we got left. And every day is something. So I blame this on myself. Because maybe, just maybe, it's time. It's time to just let my beautiful, trusty PC go. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. We're in that season. We're in this eclipse season. And maybe it's time. So this is why I say I'm okay. I've been kind of working through it for a while, but I'm okay with it. I've made peace with it. It's all good. It's all good. So what's going on, soul family? How are we doing? We are in the throes. We are in the mist. We are in the mist. That's right. Don't make a decision till Friday. And today is that day. It is the rise of the warrior. And we're going to talk about the warrior that lives inside of each and every single one of us. And what is the warrior rising to? And how this lunar eclipse is going to come in and sort of make a play for this. But I'm going to need you to do me a favor, because it appears, and I say that lightly. Let me see if we can get some vibes going here. I don't even think we're going to be able to get some vibes going tonight this way. But don't worry, I have something else that, Spirit showed me as another way. How y'all liking the activation art there? Y'all see that activation art? That's pure activation art. The lunar gateway is open. Know that you're in the midst of the lunar gateway right now. You're actually in between the solar gateway and the lunar gateway at this time. And so that's what you're feeling. See, when we have that solar gateway really speaks to masculine energy. So this was the energy we had earlier when we had the solar eclipse. Now we are coming upon, when we get further down the week, we are coming into the energy of the lunar eclipse. And when you're talking about lunar energy, you're talking about feminine energy. Very, very different. And see, that solar eclipse is about taking action. This is why many of you got instantly into action mode. You got instantly into, I'm thinking of a master plan. Hey, you know the song. Y'all was thinking of a master plan, and y'all are putting the master plan together. How you're going to go forward in your life, about things that is happening, all kinds of stuff. So you start to put this master plan into place. But now we're getting ready to have this lunar eclipse. And they work together, by the way. The lunar, the solar, the lunar eclipse. Sometimes it's lunar solar, sometimes it's solar lunar. But now that we have this lunar eclipse, the lunar eclipse is saying, hold on, sweetie. One moment, baby girl. One moment, baby boy. One moment. Because I want the best for you. And I want you to have the opportunity to do something that in many lifetimes you got here and either you sabotaged yourself, you got here, or either you got distracted and let someone distract you. You got to this point and you gave up. You were getting ready to step into this place and something happened. This time, I really, really know you can pull it off. You can do it. You could have that master plan. See, this is why wishes are so important. But we were taught, probably after the age of 12, to stop wishing. There's been so many songs and so many beautiful ballads that talk about wishing upon a star. Remember, this is something I told you all many, many years ago. The reason people don't want to wish for things is because it's too challenging to the mind. Because the mind doesn't know how to wish. And no matter how powerful the mind is, because it is a very intellectual, powerful portal, a dome with wisdom in it. And wisdom itself is an extension of where wishes intrinsically come from. But wisdom and wishes, even though they are similar, in how they start off, they are completely different. You see, wishes come from the heart. The only place you're able to wish from is the heart. That's why it's hard. That's why you have to be in sort of that childlike state in order to wish. Because you have to be pure. You have to be innocent. You have to let everything go and surrender to that purest essence of you. It's within your heart. This is where we wish. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit, but I'm going to be taking your calls. But we have a very, very, very special guest who's going to be joining us here. A very special guest. Very special guest who's going to be joining us here. And I'm going to bring that guest on. Let me see if I can find our guest and bring our guest on. Let me see. By the way, I didn't give out the call-in number. I want to give out the call-in number. 515-605-9794 is the number to call so that you can join us live. And for our international callers, you're going to dial the U.S. country code, and then you're going to dial 515-605-9794. That's going to get you locked in. The other thing you can do is you can actually come on over to blogtalkradio.com. And once you come over to blogtalkradio.com /the remix, You should be able to see the direct connect and get on the line with the direct connect. And that's going to get you on the line, and that's going to lock you in. By the way, shouts out to all of our international listeners out there. And so glad to have you joining us. By the way, let me say this. What a heck of a week. I had an amazing week, but I'm not gonna hold you. I had to step outside talk about step outside the comfort zone. I had to do that in a big way, but a big, beautiful, and boundless way. So yeah. Yeah. So also thank you to everyone from the text line. Kind of had to send out, that call and response for everybody in Self-Invested, and big shout out to Self-Invested. Want to ring the bell for Self-Invested and everybody who's in Self-Invested. I know you're continuously doing your work. I can feel it in the air. So we have a very special guest who is not new to Planet Remix, not at all. That is going to be coming on to talk to us about a very special event. And I could not be more honored, and I could not be more grateful. When we were talking a lot about us moving forward. And a lot of times when we think we're moving forward and we're getting ready to come into Scorpio season, we think it's all about burning down the house. And I've talked to you all about you want to make sure you don't burn the whole house down because you might need to go back to the house. But sometimes we think we must do that in our lives. But it really is a time for making sure that we are a community, a support system, and we are there for each other. And I'm very proud of this powerful spiritual being who's getting ready to come on, who has been my support system since the very beginning and still continues to be that for me and for the entire soul family of Planet Remix. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring our special guest on. Give it up for the one and only goddess Rainwater. Peace and greetings, Rain.
Greetings, Ms.Blue.
Oh my goodness. So good to have you come on. Thank you so much for coming on. I know it was kind of last minute, Rain, but I wanted you to come on. One, because I wanted to find out what you were up to. And I know this time of the year is always busy for you. And whenever I'm looking into the cosmic sky and see all the things that's happening or look around on Earth, I know you're somewhere on the planet holding space for us, holding sacred space for everyone on the planet with your powerful magic. So, welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Blue. Hello, hello, hello. Greetings to the Remix Cat Planet Remix. It's an honor to be here circling with you on this powerful Friday evening. And I want to express immense gratitude to you, Ms. Blue, for bringing me on such short notice, and it's always good to circle with you. So anyway, I wanted to come in today to connect with you as well as your audience. I am in the midst of creating a portal
Yes.
on WhatsApp. It's
Mm-hmm.
called the Lunar. So I'm sorry, the Lunar Sorceress Soiree Portal, and
I love
basically
it.
it's about moon magic, and we're going to discuss rituals, crystals, and all
Yes.
the tools that's used in the craft
Yes.
of using moon magic to to raise your vibration as
Yes.
well as for practical work. So this is what I'm doing at the moment,
I
and
love it.
I'm also getting ready. Hello.
Yes, I'm here. No, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm also getting ready to travel. My annual, I want to say pilgrimage to Mexico, to indigenous land. I'm going to Teotihuacan
Mm-hmm.
to circle with a bunch of women from all over the world, and my I would like to take the remix with me,
Well, you.
and all
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Go ahead.
and everyone else that I'm connected to. I would like to take you there so that you can have this experience in a spiritual way. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you're going to be there with me in spirit.
Yes.
And also, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself.
Yes.
Last year, I was crowned East Papalotes
Ooh.
in this tradition. It's called the Mexica tradition, and this is like the indigenous people, the Aztecs
Yes.
of Mexico. So I was crowned at the gates of these energies, the energies of the Aztec tradition, and I was given the name East Papalotes. Now, East
Beautiful.
Papalotes is it means obsidian butterfly,
Ooh.
and the eclipse season is all about her. It's all about her energy because she is about transformation. She's associated with darknesses,
Yes.
and death and rebirth. She's
Mm-hmm.
also she also symbolized transformative power that the transformative power that exists, within the circle of life.
Yes.
So this is her season. Her energy is very strong right now
Oh,
on
yes.
the planet, and even like with the ancestral, we're approaching their Day of the Dead.
That's right.
So she's associated with that energy as well. You know, her connection is that she, I want to say, rule over um, women and
Yes.
children that die
Mm-hmm.
during childbirth, and she brings them to this paradise realm, and so that they can be reincarnated back into new humans and into society.
Yes.
So this is what East Papalo is about. And I've been walking within this energy for
Ooh.
ever since I can remember,
I was going to
and I'm
say,
still learning
it's
about
been
it.
a while. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I'm still learning about it, and so I hope that that explains
No,
exactly what
it
it is that I'm going to be
explained
doing.
it explained things very well. I will tell you all that definitely we're going to make sure you get Goddess Rainwater's her contact. I give it out all the time, but we're going to give that out here. But while we have Rain for a few moments, because I know she is super busy, especially during this time of the year, to tell us more about some of the things that she has coming up. I want to tell you all when it comes to the foundation of me working my magic and working with crystals and just really learning and understanding this craft. Really, Rain has really helped me with that. And I'll say that in many ways. I have many of the things that she makes. And if you do not have a dream catcher, listen, it is dream catcher season.
Yes.
I have been talking about this for a minute, and I'm so glad, Rain, that you decided to bring it back because I have a dream catcher from Rain, and I promise y'all, I promise you, it is in my bedroom. And if any child or person of, I don't care what state of consciousness you're in, somehow that calls them. They could feel that energy in my house of it, and they are in awe of it. I put it up on pictures many a time, but it is so powerful. And I want you to understand that don't be confused. And Rain, you can speak about this as well too. Because we say dream catcher, I don't want you to be caught up in just what the folklore is about the dream catcher and really just begin to start understanding more of the spiritual aspect of a dream catcher. So, yes, it can help you if you're having nightmares, because what it will do is it will help to elevate your energy in a state of consciousness so that you can understand what your dream is communicating to you. It can help you to travel if you want to get into the astral realm, travel into other dimensions, travel to alternate states of consciousness. Even when you're in your awakened state, you don't have to be in the bed, sleep, and knocked out. So it really helps you with that. It also will help you with regulating your energy. Now, I'm going to go on the record. I'm not going to say everybody's dream catcher does that because I've never seen anyone make a dream catcher like Goddess Rainwater. Her dream catchers are crafted based upon your energy, and she taps into that, and she uses different sacred tools, crystals and feathers and all kinds of things, wires and coppers and elements and, all kinds of things, not to mention it's anointed by her that really sort of helps you sort of regulate your feng shui in your sacred space, as well as your own magnetic field. And I will tell you right now, whenever we're going through eclipse season, particularly lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse, the Earth's magnetic field is lowered. And this is the same thing that happens to us. Our magnetic field is lowered, which means your aura is not as strong as it normally would be. And there's a reason for that, because there's certain times we got to feel certain sensitivities, but you have to have a way to help you learn, train your energy to filter these things out. And a dream catcher can help you with that. Every time I'm done working or come in the house, I just go and stand in its presence. And literally, it will just sort of clear all of that energy out around you. But that's what I got to say about it. I love it. I suggest that everybody should have one. If not everybody, every household should have a dream catcher from Rain in it. Yeah. So you can talk about it, Rain, but you know how I feel about it.
Yes, I do. And I want to say that the dream catchers, I want to add that the dream catchers, they're actually like, I want to call them hanging altars, okay, because it's also a crystal grid, okay, and it contains a lot of other medicines in it to make it work. There's the crystals, and then there's the copper wire, which is like a conductor, is a natural conductor. So as you know, crystals are like batteries.
That's right.
So when you program the crystals, the copper acts as a conduit.
Yes.
It takes your energy into the ethers. This is how the dream catchers work. And there's also a medicine pouch on there
That's
with
right.
filled
Oh,
with
yeah, that's
herbs
right.
and other
Mm-hmm.
juju for you to charge. You can charge it in the moonlight.
Yes.
You can also charge it in the sunlight. With the moonlight used to cleanse it, to take away any sort of like spiritual debris that that it might have picked up, with you being outside and you bringing certain energies into your house. The juju bag and the dream
Yes.
catcher in whole, it can work as a cleansing tool, as a
Mm-hmm.
cleansing spiritual tool, as well as when you hang it in the sun, the crystals, they're charged by the sunlight. So the sun is for charging, and the moon is for releasing or cleansing. And you can hang it anywhere. You can hang it over your door, the entrance to your house. You can hang it
Yes.
in your bathroom when you take your spiritual bath. You can bring it into your bathroom and incorporate it in your rituals. You can put it over your sacred space. You can even like put it on your sacred space and use candle magic, the
That's
fire
right.
from the
Yes.
candles to
Mm-hmm.
charge and cleanse it. You can meditate with it, and you have to, it's very imperative that you program it to do whatever it is that you want it to do. Just don't hang it in your house and expect it to
It did
work. You
work.
have to do the work too.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know, the dream catcher is not working you. You're working the dream catcher.
Right.
You see? So these are some things that you can do to make the experience a bit more powerful, you know, for you. Yeah.
Powerful. Powerful. And you have
Yeah.
so many other things that you also have as well. I know you have something coming up that you wanted to share as well too. Um, so
Yes.
I'm putting your website in the blue room here, and it's shop ka. I think I spelled
Raindrops.
raindrops art
Yeah, with an S.
with an S
Arts, right?
arts
The S.
dot com.
.com.
Yeah.
And on Sunday at 1 p.m., I'm holding my very first Zoom experience
Yay!
where I'm inviting you to join. Um, you can RSVP on the website. This is the way that I have to do it for the moment until I get one of those scheduling app things.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm really like a novice, with this
Listen, I'm
digital
still working my way
era. So
downtown too, so it's all
yeah,
good. It's all good.
yeah, yeah. So I have a link to that event um, in the shop, and you can RSVP there. It's just a love donation of $33. I like to work with angel numbers,
Yes.
and three means alignment of the mind, body, and spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I wanted to make it $33, and it's going to be live stream, but also I'm going to record. It's going to be recorded. So if you cannot make it, you can listen to the playback. A private link will be sent to you, upon RSVPing. And actually, this is like my second episode. I did one for the new moon
Yes.
uh, solar eclipse, but it was done on WhatsApp, and
Okay.
unfortunately, my WhatsApp account was hacked like Monday night, so
Mm.
I've been locked out of the WhatsApp, so I don't have the recordings available right now, so that's like a lost cause. but I'm working very hard to get back into my account. I have to wait until 7 days
Mm-hmm.
before I can reset it in order to get my data back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You'll
if
get it back.
anyone
You'll get it
sends
back.
sends my contacts any kind of weird messages asking for money, it's not me.
Yes.
It's a hacker.
Yeah.
Okay, so just be vigilant and aware that that's going on. Yeah. So
This is
these are the
powerful.
things that I'm doing right now.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
I want to give that out again so you all can see because I see so many of you and you just got to look. It's so many good things on Rain's website. Please don't get lost like I just did looking around looking around for what I don't
Yeah.
have because I have some of the stuff on there, but I don't have some. But you're going to go to shop Ka Rain Rain drop DROP
Us.
S Arts,
Right. Arts.
ARTS.
Yes.
Yes. Sammy says, oh my God, so many beautiful items. Yes. But you want to go
Yeah.
there so you can see. And this is going to be Sunday, October the 22nd at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so
Yes.
this is when it's going to be. I'm definitely going to be in the house. I would, love for you all to come and experience Rain, Goddess Rain, as she does her work because she does it so beautiful. And
Yes.
it's a beautiful thing. I know
And
many. Go ahead.
yes, you should come prepared with bring your candles, bring your favorite crystals so that we can work with it.
Yes.
And I am going to guide you in we're gonna do mantras. I'm gonna teach you how to program it with your own energy, using your own hacker or your own voice,
Yes.
and this is healing too,
Yes.
because as you heal, I'm healing as well.
That's right.
I'm not perfect. I have
Well,
some issues that I'm working
that's right. We
on
all
too,
all
and
are doing the journey. Mm-hmm.
yes, yes. So I'm inviting you to journey with me, and it's going to be enchanting and magical and fun.
Yes. We love the fun.
It's really good building this portal, and building family, and we finally get to see each other.
Yes. I think
Yes,
that's beautiful.
yeah.
And I remember some years ago because Rain has, like I said, Rain's been around. If you've been around me, Rain has been around that long. And some of you are right. Yes, Goddess Rainwater came and taught a class in self-invested one year. She came as our special guest and she did candle magic. She did a lot of beautiful things then. I'm telling you, it is something that you want to experience. It really is. You get a chance to see it, not for somebody who's just telling you about magic, but Rain really lives this lifestyle, like fully embodies it. The goddess, she fully embodies it. And when I say fully embody it, I mean making the jewelry, making the amulets, everything that you can think about
When I
being,
say fully embody it,
being a mystic or, being that person that holds space. If you want to know what that really looks like, Rain does it. So while we're sitting back and we're doing our magic in our sacred space, she is taking that energy and traveling all over the world because Rain has been all over the world. Talk about the eclipse, the solar eclipse that just made that path through South America. She's been through South America, Peru and, just you name it. Rain will be like, hey, where in the world is Rain? You remember Carmen San Diego? Where in the world is Carmen? Where in the world is Rain? Because she's always traveling and she's working with powerful divine feminine energy all over the planet. And, as much as the world wants to show us with so much going on with wars happening and separation happening and disagreements happening, there are sacred circles of women all over the planet that we come together, we work together, and they're working together on the behalf of everyone on the planet. And Rain is one of my teachers that really have shown what that looks like in real life when you are following and when you are honoring your calling to the fullest. Like she's embodied it, she's embodied it. And it's just a beautiful thing to witness and to be able to be in sisterhood with, in priestesshood with, in connection with, and to be able to witness that. Yeah. So I'm so grateful for you, Rain. I love you so much.
You know what? I love you too. You're a reflection of myself too. I'm also a student of Ms.Blue. Okay, and it's great to be creating these memories together.
Yes.
Because I believe that this is not the first time that we have circled.
No.
In this on this path.
Yes.
I believe that all of us, we have
been together
spiritual
before.
contracts
Mm-hmm.
together.
Mm-hmm.
And we're remembering and reclaiming, this connection. And it's just so good to be here and to be a journey in, within this realm, within this space, within this time. Every day is a new day, a new experience, that we get to learn something new. And I'm so grateful. Words cannot explain, the gratitude that I'm feeling right now. And even though, we don't speak a lot.
Telepathically, we speak to each other all the time because we are connected
in the astral.
That's right. We are. And look at the title tonight, the Lunar Gateway, the goddess, and everything that you just embodied. And that just came to me earlier this week, the rise of the warrior, the lunar goddess. Really it's about the gateway and her standing in that space. And then you came on, I seen your message you had left me because I missed that, and said, hey, well, look, why don't you come on and tell us about it so we can do that. So I thank you so much for that. I want everyone to make sure you have the information. We're going to put it, I'll put it I have it pinned to the blue room there so everyone can see it. And then also you guys can follow, you can follow Rain on.
You can follow me on IG.
Yes. And Rain, do me a favor. Make sure you comment underneath the post that I posted for the show tonight so people can find you as well if they're not following you already. Because that way it'll be easier for them to be able to find you.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I will do that. And thank you again for having me on.
Always, anytime.
This is healing work for me as well, because I'm working on, I was told by my elders to stop hiding.
Yes. I got the same message.
And get out there and share.
Yes, I got the same message. I was like, I thought I was. No, we're about to go to the next level on this. Yes, and definitely take it all the way up. So whatever it is, I'm here to support, and I know you're here to do the same for me. I love you so much. I thank you so much for coming on and sharing that. Sunday, it's going to be is it 1 p.m. Eastern time?
Yes.
1 p.m. Eastern time?
1 p.m. Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time, I believe. New York time. And like I said, if you miss the Zoom call, is going to be recorded.
So you'll be
And
able to get that.
I will email you the link to watch as many times as you would like
Beautiful.
to watch it as many times. I also have a Patreon.
Okay.
A Patreon page, but I'm gonna try to be a bit more active on it because, like I said, it's kind of frustrating trying to do videos and live, on that platform. But you can subscribe to that, and I'm going to post the video of the Zoom.
Beautiful.
Of the Zoom
on the Patreon.
Sunday. I'm going to post it on that platform so you can watch it. And I have some other things on there as well. I have a sigil magic workshop on there that you can watch as well.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the address? Is Patreon at CarraneDrops.com. Patreon.com/CarraneDrops. I will put it under your post.
Yes,
so
I was going to say put it under the post
IG.
so people can have it.
Mm-hmm.
I know they would love to support. It's a great part of any of your practices that you're doing. I'm telling you, Rain is just so powerful and so loving. So you get a chance to get the information in such a pure light, and that's definitely what you want when you're learning this kind of magic at this level.
Wow!
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ms.Blue, and thank you to the audience. They are supporting me.
Yes,
my phone is just going.
I hear it, and as soon as I get off, I'm gonna make sure I get my ticket. And I was telling Baby Blue you were coming on tonight. You know what she said? Miss Rain got my package.
I do.
I said, yes, she got you.
So I'm leaving for Mexico on Tuesday.
Okay.
I won't be back until the 6th.
Okay.
So all orders are going to go out then, after the 6th of November.
Right.
So just know that it's on the way. I know I'm a bit
that's
messy
okay
when it comes to shipping stuff, but just know that the longer it's in my hands,
you're gonna get it. You will get it. Yes,
and you won't be disappointed.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
All right, Rain, I love you. We will talk soon. And I thank you so much for coming on. I'm going to leave the link up so that even people now and even throughout the weekend can be able to come on and have access so they'll know how to get to your page. And don't forget to leave a comment there so people can find it.
I will get to it right now.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So,
love you.
I love you too.
Love you so much. I know. Yeah. Even though she ain't a baby no more, she like, I'm not a baby no more.
I know, she's grown.
She's grown now. She too grown now. Well, we're going to give you some sparkles. There you go. So you can have it.
Receive.
Yes. All right. Well, peace and love, Rain. Hold the line. Oh, how beautiful.
Peace.
How beautiful. You guys, you definitely want to do that Sunday. You'll be able to tap into some magic, especially with this lunar energy here. We're going to talk a little bit more about it and why it is so powerful. But definitely, Goddess Rainwater, she's a part of Planet Remix, and everything. She always supports me in everything that I do. I support her as well. I consider her dear, dear sister to me. And just love her so much. And her magic is so powerful, so powerful. And I have learned so much from her and as well. So it's a beautiful thing. So what a perfect way for us to kick off the Rise of the Warrior lunar eclipse. For sure, for sure. This energy. I want to say welcome to everyone. And look, we knew it was going to be powerful. It was kind of rocky getting in the spaceship tonight and just kind of getting everything powered up. But look at where we are. Look exactly where we are. The first thing that I want us to do is to let's get those likes up, because the likes is going to let our soul family know that we are live here on Planet Remix. And so we got well over 114 people in the building, in the Blue Room alone. Let's get the likes up. We're definitely going to be going on the call. I want to talk to you a little bit more about this energy this week. Yes, Lola Falana, you hit it on the nail. Boy, oh boy, what a week. What a week. And I'm sure we can relate in some shape, form, or fashion. And that's the reason that we're here, because we can relate. We're going to talk about that. Couple of more announcements that I want to make. At the end of the month, we're going to be doing the drawing. Remember, we did the show with Brother Phoenix, and shouts out to Brother Phoenix in the building. He has his new Oracle deck that is out, and that is another dose of magic. So we have the magic makers here in Planet Remix, and I love it. Whenever you guys reach out and let me know when you have something going on and you want to be a part of it, I definitely want to support whenever possible. If you let me know, if you chance it on, I'm just going to come across it, not so much. I may not, because let's face it, we're all busy doing so many things. So I'm glad that we were able to get Brother Phoenix to come on and share with us his new deck. Remember, we're going to be doing a giveaway of the decks. And a part of that giveaway is that you need to go back to that show and leave a comment. Listen to the show, leave some takeaways. We left some directions in there. And Phoenix is going to be selecting some winners. Planet Remix, we donated 2 decks. So 2 of the decks will be donated. And he's going to pick a winner, and you're going to be able to receive this deck. Let me tell you what's so special about this particular deck. And it's a tarot deck, but what's so unique about it? He is the creator. He is the artist. And he's the one who put it together. He did it all. Like, all of the artwork in the deck was done by Phoenix. Now, my oracle deck that I have, I work with the goddess Pure Feminine Energy. She's also a priestess, a part of the priestesshood. And she did it all. Anyone here can tell you, because we have so many talented artists in the building as well. And Goddess Rainwater is an artist as well, too. Beautiful work. Most artists in their lifespan do not have that much art that they have completed in a short period of time. And Phoenix completed this story. I'm not going to do a spoiler alert, because if you didn't hear the show, you have to go back and listen as he talks about it. I coined sort of this energy, Phoenix, as the Renaissance mystic. And I just feel like that's a whole soul group in itself of Renaissance mystics, that are out there. And many of you are a part of that Renaissance mystics, where we're crafting something, we're the creator behind it. It's an original thought. The inspiration is coming purely from the essence of who we are. And then we're taking it, and we're taking it from the spiritual realm, and we're taking it into the physical realm. So it's crossing many different dimensions, from the inspiration, from the creativity, from the wording, from the artwork, from the music, from, packaging it, from putting it together, from taking it from its creation point and bringing it into the hands of those who will who will have it. So I want you all to know that this whole thing that we're doing here on Planet Remix, it's not a joke. It's not a game. You understand? And it's enough for everybody because everyone has that specialty inside of them. And you will know it when you have it. You will know it. So if you didn't get a chance to listen, because Phoenix is going to come on as we wrap up the month of October towards the end, and we're going to announce the winner of the deck. Now, don't let that stop you. That's not the only way you can get the deck. You can actually follow Phoenix on Instagram, and all the details are in that show as well and in the show notes. And you can order a deck for yourself, which I'm going to say to you, you definitely want to get your hands on something like that. You definitely want to get your hands on something like that. Phoenix is an amazing artist, and he works in different mediums of art. Like many of our artists here, there's so many of you guys that are so powerful in both the spirit world and the physical world that are putting out projects and putting out things. So I want you to begin to just make sure that you are tapped in and connecting to that. So yeah, and we're going to be bringing on some more that is connected with Planet Remix and other guests. We have a slew of things. I'm going to be announcing officially who I told you guys I was looking for assistance, help with me. And I've done that, not completely done that, but I do have 2 individuals. I'm going to announce who they are. I don't think I've officially announced them, but I'm going to officially announce that. That will be coming when the time is right. And we're going to talk about that and talk about some upcoming changes, because there's going to be a lot of upcoming changes that are there. Melissa said, I want both. I want to win one and I want to purchase one. I know that's right. Yes. So show some love, and definitely to the goddess Rainwater. We want to show her some love and a powerful class, not only to support, but to be able to have. If you want to dive into working with candle magic and learning how to work with different energies, how to infuse your energy, you definitely want to tap into that. So how are we feeling? I feel like we kicked this off with a blast, and having Goddess Rainwater come on was just even more amazing. So I want you all to do me a favor. Let's get those likes up. Definitely we're going to get those likes up. We're going to go to the phone lines. But I want to do this. I want to ring the bell for self-invested. Self-invested. We're going to be doing class next week, self-invested. This is an important week, and we're going to talk about that because we're moving closer to the lunar eclipse. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but I want to give a big shout out to Self-Invested. I also want to give a big shout out to all the divine priestess in the building, and shouts out to all my divine priestess in the building. I want to say this here. I don't know if I did this already. I might have done it. But the last priestesshood that I had, we sort of closed out, but we didn't officially close out, because I still, kind of connect with them, which that connection will be there forever. We still meet together every now and again together, but I want to officially on today, close out the last divine priestesshood. I want to close it out. It doesn't mean anything will change about us getting together or whatever. But what I realized is that I had to bring that to a full closure to open up the possibility of another priestesshood coming, possibly in the future. Now, the benefit for those of you who are a part of the Self-Invested University, you're going to get an opportunity to experience components of the divine priestesshood, some of that work, and the priesthood, some of that work, depending on what aspect you're coming from, because those two are infused in self-invested. And so for those of you who are also in the chakra mastery course, you're getting a combination of those two. And for the next class, which I'm going to be announcing that, I've told you guys that's coming. This has already been in the works for over 8 or 9 months. For the new class that's getting ready to kick off here, and I will be announcing it soon, so get your coins together. We're going to be doing another class that's going to happen in November, in a time in November. It'll overlap a little bit, maybe, the class that we're doing now, but there will be another class. It's going to be a part of Self-Invested University, which is, sort of merging off of Self-Invested. Because the greatest thing that you can do is invest in yourself. That's the greatest thing that you can do. So the other thing that, so I want to do that. And I realize that Spirit showed me you need to officially close the priestesshood. Officially close it. Mm-hmm. Melissa. So you're going to officially close it. Now, as you guys know, we used to do self-invested. We would start sort of in August of 2023, and we would go all the way until May of 2024. We're doing things different. We're a university now. And so there's many different subjects, sections, and things that we will cover. Still going to be off of the blueprint of Self-Invested and the Self-Invested workshop. But it's just going to expand itself in a different light. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to say that. So where are all my priestess at? Priestess Donna Lee, Priestess Erica, all of the priestess in the building. Priestess Melanie. I see the priestess in the building. All the divine priestess stand up. Love them, sisters. They are some incredible, fantastic, amazing sisters themselves and continuing to do the work. So that's a powerful thing. But I wanted to get myself in alignment. And speaking of which, we're talking about alignments. And that's where we are between this solar eclipse and this lunar eclipse. And so that solar eclipse that we had earlier, the solar eclipse that we had on the 14th, that solar eclipse had a more masculine energy connected to it. Typically, solar eclipse are more masculine. You think about what the sun represents, that's more masculine in its essence. It can be feminine as well. We know there's a little bit of everything, but we're just going to kind of go with tradition here. But this is masculine energy. So it made you want to do, it's to put things in motion. It's to get things going. It's to get out there. You heard the goddess Rainwater said that she heard the calling too, that she's got to put herself out into the world and do this work and start showing up in a different way. And I know many of you heard that calling too. You got to put yourself out there and you've got to show up. You've got to start taking all of these tools you have in your toolbox and you got to start using them. You can't have a toolbox, but you only want to use certain tools. You got to use all the tools in your toolbox. Use them, right? It's time for that. Now, as we start to move closer to this lunar eclipse that's coming up, and it's not a total lunar eclipse, but it is a full moon lunar eclipse. Here's the difference. The time in between the two eclipses, there is gateways that are open. There are portals that is open. And so we know the Earth's magnetic field is kind of like, I can't think of the movie, but when they sort of power things down and they let things go, like on Star Trek, when they would take the shields down, they would take the shield down and just kind of pull the shield down. So you feel very exposed. You feel very naked. You feel very, you feel, you just feel just very out there. Yes. Like you're floating into the ethers, into the unknown, because everything is just kind of flowing together. So these gateways are open. Because as we start moving more to the lunar eclipse energy is here to, and Rain just brought up a movie, Dark City. I haven't seen it, but maybe I'll watch it. But this is moving you towards where the lunar eclipse is more feminine in its nature. So it's causing you to go internal. So we know that between now and going into November, probably till November the 11th or mid-November, anything can happen, all kinds of surprises. But what's going to happen now, these are going to be starting from when we enter this transit period of the eclipse. And as we get closer to this lunar gateway, whatever is going on in the inside is what is going to be manifested very quickly, very abruptly on the outside. And so the lunar eclipse is pulling what needs to go. Remember, I was telling you all about my lovely PC here? What needs to go? What relationship you need to let go of? What thoughts about yourself? What low-level thoughts about yourself you need to let go? Where can you find, or what is the light from the solar eclipse shining on that is dark within you? Here's a couple of ways I want you to look at this darkness. It could be some things about yourself that was hidden, that you didn't even know you was capable of doing. It could be hidden. You didn't know. You didn't know. You didn't know. You didn't know how happy it made you feel on your day off to be able to create music or to go spend the day, walking in the park or doing something you love. You didn't know. You didn't know that certain things in your relationship bothered you so much. You didn't know that that really is what was running the day or ruling your day. You didn't know that that hurt you so much. That thing that your mother said, you didn't know that it hurt you that much, that your friend could say these things about you. You didn't know that it really bothered you to know that you have poured yourself into this relationship to find out that nobody really cared, that you was doing all of those sacrifices. You didn't know that that really hurt you. You didn't know that you were undervaluing yourself. You didn't know that. You didn't realize how you were undervaluing who you were and what you're capable of doing. You didn't realize you were counting yourself out. You didn't realize how you were doing these things to yourself. You didn't realize that you were not allowing yourself and your own true greatness to come up for you. You didn't realize that you were looking for inspiration outside of yourself. You didn't realize that that's what you were doing. You thought you were doing the right thing and you wasn't. And you wasn't. See, this is what the lunar eclipse starts to show you. So you can make adjustments, not for judgment, not for destruction, but so you can make an adjustment. You didn't realize that what you thought was maturity was really you silencing yourself and not calling shit out like you're supposed to when you see bullshit. You didn't realize that you were just taking in things and not questioning when your intuition was telling you that ain't what's really happening. That's not the truth. Ask some damn questions. Get to the root of what's going on. You didn't realize that you have been doing this because in your mind you thought this is the mature thing to do. Just go with the flow. Don't rock the boat. Don't say anything to the left because you don't want people to say that you're this mean bee or you're this evil person or that you don't care about people. You didn't realize by just nodding your head and going, mm-hmm, 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 that the person you were hurting was you. You didn't realize that a part of being who you are is to stand up for yourself and, quite frankly, not to let people play in your fucking face. You didn't realize that you was doing that it was hurting you. Not coming from a place of evil and pain, because we've all been on both sides of this. I don't care who you are. You've been on both sides of it. You didn't realize that this relationship you was in wasn't healthy. It's not healthy. You didn't realize that this friendship was only built on trauma and pain and gossip and drama. You didn't realize that while you thought your problems with money started with the work you was doing or couldn't do or your job, it was coming from who you hang around and what you're doing. You didn't realize that by you not putting yourself first and loving yourself made it very difficult to have very loving and caring people in your life. And you didn't realize by not having some dreams and not having wishes and a vision for you that this is what was making you feel so stagnant. Nobody doesn't have a curse on you. You're stagnant because you have stagnated your ability to look into your future. You're stagnant because you have the inability to look inside your own heart and wish. You didn't realize that by you always sacrificing for everyone, that the person that you truly was sacrificing was you. The person who was actually having the ritual performed on was you. You put the curse on you. No one else did it. You 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 didn't realize that by holding on to pain, anger, and frustration to the point where it started to fester, it changed who you thought you were. You didn't realize that it's been years. You didn't realize what it was going to do to you. You didn't realize how challenging it was going to be for you. You didn't realize it. You didn't realize by being so stubborn, stuck in your own ways of saying, I know I'm right, that was going to cost you isolation in your own capacity for tapping into your higher self. You didn't realize that stubbornness was going to put you in a place where it was hard for you to recognize who you are. You didn't realize that everything that you have imagined to this point is shaking down to the ground because it wasn't inspired by you. You didn't realize by ignoring what your body was telling you that it was then going to put you in a situation where now you're forced to only focus on your body. You didn't realize by holding so much hate and still being present that you was destroying your relationship, your life, your mind, and your health. So the lunar eclipse is here to do a detox, a deep, deep root detox before we enter, because we're entering into a whole nother chapter where if you are hearing my voice, I don't care if you're from the past and you came to the present, or you're from the future and you left the future and returned to the moment of now. You will never experience this lifetime again. In fact, it probably won't be back for hundreds of years. So there is a real energetic gateway portal cycle that is closing. And you're going to feel it. Here's what you don't want to happen. That it close and you still got all this shit with you. And now you got to carry this forward, not only for the rest of this lifetime, but for your next lifetime. In fact, you are laying down the foundation for your next lifetime. So, this lunar gateway, as we're in between the worlds, this is why there's a part of you that is so excited and you can feel the change. You can literally taste it. You can smell it. You can feel it sort of wrapping you around like your favorite blanket. But then there's another part of you that may be scared shitless about what is to come is also there because you're in between them both. You're getting a little mixture of what the sun, the solar eclipse brought in, and what the lunar eclipse is bringing in. And we're about to come into Scorpio season. And Scorpio is going to go deep, 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 deep down in the darkness and unearth that which was hidden and allow it to come to the surface. And so this gateway is here asking you, number one, forgive. Let it go. Because whatever you're holding on the inside is what's going to come out. Whatever you're deeply holding is what will instantly manifest and come out. That pain, that hurt. But I want to give you some clarity, is to also let you know that we've kind of been in this energy for at least the 17th. So you have to pay very close attention. Be present. Watch your mouth. Stay away from gossip. Watch your mouth. Forgiveness. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. And allow yourself to become very, very focused. Focus. Focus on your wishes. Focus on the energy you want to transmute. Focus on the ability to look forward into the future. Focus on how can you embody all that you have inside of you. Maybe you haven't seen it yet. And if you feel you've seen the best of you, use your imagination and imagine what would that be like if you were to move sort of the lower aspects of your ego out the way and allow yourself to be limitless in your possibilities, to be open to higher understandings, and to be able to bring in something new, something fresh and something full and something soulful into your life. What would that look like? What would it feel like? What would your understanding be like? And be able to have that faith and that trust, but not blindly, because you have to do the work. This is what Rain was talking about when she just came on and talking about her class, is that you still have to do the work. We have echoed this. This is in the blueprint. It's actually in the DNA of Planet Remix. You have to do your work. And unlike our minds, the heart cannot be fooled. Your higher self cannot be fooled, and you certainly cannot fool the divine. So if you say, my life is good, I am content, I am good the way everything is going, and I want nothing else, you have set yourself up for a recipe of the lunar eclipse. Because the whole purpose is to continue, I personally feel, to evolve. But you can choose not to evolve. And that choice would merely be for each of us. But it's ultimately about the theme that has been running for Planet Remix for more than 18 months. And this is about being responsible and knowing who you hold responsible for your actions, for your deeds, for your thoughts, for things in your life, for what you're manifesting, and for what you're not. And at any moment, if you surrender that responsibility to anything outside of you, then you have lost your power. And in true fashion, that is living your shadow. You will be living your shadow. Now, I'm not here to say that everything that happens is your fault, because that would be a little arrogant in its essence. And I'm not worried about if it's your fault, their fault, both your faults, nobody's fault, everybody's fault, more than who's taking responsibility for what has occurred. Because ultimately, this is where your supreme power lies. This is supreme power, is when you know that you're going to take responsibility for you. But in order to do that, there's a couple of things that have to be in place. And I would encourage you to dig into the archives of Planet Remix, because we went over this extensively for years. You have to have some values. Because if you don't have values, then that meter about you, where you start and where you end, is going to be out the door. Not the world giving you values. You have to have values for yourself. And ultimately, spiritual integrity will start to kick in with you. And when you have spiritual integrity, it helps you to see things clear for what they really are, the truth of what they are, not your truth, not my truth, the truth of what it is. And this is not something that there are individuals who are excluded from this, because no one gets excluded, myself included. We are all being governed by a law that's greater than universal. And that law that's greater than universal law is the law of you, the X, that law. So most of the time when things are happening or things are going a certain way, you have to go back and look at you, because that law you cannot break, the law of you. And ignorance is no excuse for the law of knowing you. So when you walk around and you don't know and you're clueless and nothing's coming and nothing's happening, not always, but 90% of the time, it's because you're ignoring your own universal law, which is you. That's what you're owning. That's what you're ignoring. You're ignoring you. So again, a lot of times we may feel we're being stuck. We may feel we're being punished, or this is some sort of test we have to go through. In fact, you have to look at you. Because somewhere you have broken or crossed your own universal law. That's the way out. So we have this beautiful gateway. And it kind of reminded me, when I started to think about this energy of this lunar eclipse coming up and the gateway that we're in right now. It reminded me of the Marvels movie and the Greek mythology of when it came to Odin, the god Odin. Now, Odin has a daughter. And most people, if you're not really into cartoons, you may not know this, but Odin has a daughter. And Odin's daughter, her name is Angela. She's a Valkyrie. A Valkyrie. Kyrie. That's how you say it. A Valkyrie. And if you don't know what a Valkyrie is, she's a female warrior. His daughter. In fact, Odin has a whole fleet of bodyguards, and they're all female warriors. And one of them is his daughter. But here's an interesting story about this, and I'm going to talk about how you can become a Valkyrie. So it says, once a woman is chosen, she undergoes a transformation from mortal flesh to a celestial being. Then she becomes intrinsically linked to the divine realm. Her heritage of earth is left behind as she embraces her new role in Valhalla. Now, Valkyries, which are female warriors, protect Valhalla. Now, Valhalla is heaven. It's heaven, what the Vikings considered to be heaven. Because if you watch the Marvel movie, The Mighty Thor, because in fact, many people don't know this, but Thor has a sister, and his sister is a Valkyrie whose name is Angela. But Angela is stuck in the 10th dimension. Well, not stuck. She was locked into the 10th dimension, because her father Odin left her there in the 10th dimension. And she's the guardian of that gateway. She guards that realm. There are 9 realms that they talk about, and Odin talks about the 9 realms, and Earth is one of those realms. But his daughter Angela, they were on the 10th realm. He had to leave her there. And she told him, you go, and I'm going to stay here. But there was this beastly monster that was there. And she was protecting those that was in that dimension. So he had to seal that dimension off. Now here is Thor, and we all know Thor. Thor doesn't even know that he has a sister named Angela that's in the 10th dimension. But she's a guardian. She's a Valkyrie. That's what she is. She works in this lunar thing, and she's a female warrior for Valhalla, which is heaven. Now, I just shared with you how to become a Valkyrie. But I want you to think of Odin as being your higher self. And think about the Valkyries as the guardians, the gateway guardians for you, of protecting so that you can be in the heavens. It's what they call it in the mythology, in the heavens. Mm, mm. So, this lunar energy is the Valkyries allowing you to stay in this dimension so you can remove the shadows, you can remove the darkness, you can remove all of these things before that dimension gets open again. And by the way, the opening of that, let's see if we still here. If you can protect that realm, then all is well. Now, one more thing I forgot to tell you. And if you didn't hear me, I said Scorpio season is right around the corner. And that's when that dimension, that 10th dimension, is going to be open up again. See, because some of the demons or some of the darkness that we are fighting and removing or having the opportunity to forgive or to shine light on or to make adjustments in or to do other things with, when that dimension opens up, you can go to Valhalla. You can go to the heaven. You can have your wishes. You can have your desires. But there's one more thing that we must understand about this. Because Odin has a gatekeeper for all the dimensions. Yes, his daughter is stuck in the 10th dimension. Well, she agreed to stay. But for all the dimensions, there is Hamdall. And Hamdall is the all-seeing eye. And Hamdall is Odin's gatekeeper. It's Odin's gatekeeper. He's the one that can go between all of the dimensions and see everything that is going on into all the dimensions and who gets in the dimensions and who can't come in the dimensions and all of that. But these dimensions are connected by what they call the Rainbow Bridge. And that Rainbow Bridge is your chakras, your arits, your energy center. And inside of each one of these realms are many dimensions, because in a realm there are layers, there are dimensions after endless dimensions that are in there. Where is self-invested? Do you hear me? Because we're covering this and self-invested in the chakra mastery course. So this rainbow bridge connects all the realms together. every last one of them, plus all the dimensions that are in there, and even Earth. And Odin's all-seeing eye is there. It's the gatekeeper that says who can get in, who can't get in, get out, who stays here, who can't move on, and who can't go forward. This is speaking metaphorically of your energy in your body and how well you are managing, how well you are in tune, how well you are connected to you, to loving yourself, to your self-awareness, to your growth, to how you are manifesting, how you are committing yourself to humanity, to this dimension, because Earth is a realm itself. How well are you connected in your relationships, your first family, your root chakra? How well you are utilizing this energy that's in your sacral chakra, your solar plex, your heart. Where is your heart? Your throat chakra, your communication portal, your third eye, where your visions are coming in, your crown chakra. How well connected is your rainbow bridge to all of these dimensions? And how easily can you get in, and how easily can you come out? How easily can you go from realm to realm to realm? Or are you stuck like Odin's daughter, Angela? Are you stuck and trapped in the demons of one of these realms? Are you stuck? Are you being locked in your root chakra, fighting your way to maintain some stability, finances, first family, getting along? Are you stuck in that dimension? Or are you in your heart? Is it filled with greed? Is it filled with envy? Is it filled with these lower dimensional things in this realm that it has you stuck and you can't move out of this dimension? Because the all-seeing eye, Humdal, is there as Odin, your higher self gatekeeper, not allowing you to cross the rainbow bridge to the next realm. It's time. It's time for that warrior to rise up in you. Not for fighting the external fight. For those of us in the West, Pluto return, this big astronomical event that has been tracked for centuries, by astrologers and astronomers, to really understand that connection. Because if you understand astronomy and astrology, then you understand spirituality, because they all sort of go hand in hand. If you understand yourself, then you are at a supreme state of understanding of all of these entities and energies that exist in all of the realms. That's why understanding and loving yourself and in being invested in yourself is the best thing that you can do. So when we get to this point, we're able to walk across the rainbow bridge, and we're able to go to Valdaha, the heaven, the Ivana, that place for us of living that life creating that life, contributing to the whole, understanding all is one, and doing soulful, purposeful work on the planet. We will have completed the mission of the first half of a cycle and opening up a doorway to more knowledge, more understanding, more divine inspiration in the creation process as warriors do to go forward. So the fight I'm telling you about, the rise of the warrior, is from within. You just have to be bold enough, loving enough, forgiving enough, compassionate enough, real enough to take on the assignment and understand. And when I talk about lunar being feminine and solar being masculine, I'm talking energy, energy, your energy, your energy. So we are at a critical point for those in humanity that have the heart to feel and the ears to hear, that we literally can not only change our lives, but we can literally change the lives of everyone on the planet to help raise the consciousness to bring more light. We were born in darkness, and there's more darkness in space than there anywhere. I don't have to tell you how to stay in darkness. You don't need to be a warrior to be in darkness. You have to be a warrior when you want to rise and you want to bring light. It is the light bringer's moment. It is the light bringer's opportunity. We are not fighting against external darkness anymore, as the world once was in the revolution and all of the things that are happening. But this is an internal revolution. It is time for you to rise as the warrior within. You've got to upgrade your self-talk. You have got to change. If you change on the inside, then everything you do will change. It has to. You won't get up the same. You won't eat the same. You won't talk the same. You won't walk the same. You won't make love the same. You won't fuss the same. You won't go to sleep the same. You won't work the same. You won't see things the same. You won't dress the same. Nothing about you will be the same. Nothing about you will be the same. You will almost become energetically unrecognizable to yourself. The things, the absolute things that gripped you at your core will no longer grip you because you are no longer that same person. You are no longer carrying that darkness. You are no longer being fed by the bowels that are beneath you. You will be living in a high abundance form of energy. It will change your conversation. It will change the way you move. It'll change the way you feel. It may even change who you hang around. It's going to change you. And I don't care where you think you at. I don't care how high you think you've gone. You ain't seen nothing yet. You haven't seen your greatness. You haven't tapped into it. So I give this message as I give to myself. I beg of you. I beg of you. I literally beg of you not to be distracted because so much is up for grabs. So much is up for grabs. And you know, in Vedic astrology, they talk about Ketu. And when you understand the mythology of something only having the ability to eat but not digest, to be the head but can never bring it into full form, we have to expand our understanding and our awareness of ourselves and who we are. And what is it that we're really going after? And this is definitely not a question for the mind, but it's a question for the soul. It's a question for you. It's a question to be open. I'm not saying you even have to have. I'm not saying you even have to have the answer, but to be willing to explore. This goes far past discernment. This has nothing to do with discerning. This has nothing to do with discerning. This is so far past discerning, because to discern something means you have to be involved with it. You have to have already accepted it in. You have already tasted it. You've already touched it. You've already connected yourself with it. This is about you allowing yourself the opportunity to rise to your occasion. It's for you to be able to connect deeply, 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 as I spoke, with your heart. And I'm not talking about your feelings for the world. I'm not talking about your feelings for others, because 90% of you here are old souls. You know how to love. You know how to be kind. You need to stay out of your heart. You have to go to that space of where the Dantian is. And where that Dantian is where the ultimate, supreme, divine understanding comes in, a wisdom that cannot be found based on your experience, a wisdom that can be found that doesn't come from anyone that is living on this earth. It is beyond the right and beyond the wrong. It is in the existence where the all is all. And in that space, it is only in that space where you can hear the divine voice that will guide you to higher grounds and light. Most of us don't have the patience. We want our minds to take us there. We want to get the things we read and get the things we've experienced, and we want our minds to take us there. We want our minds to hold us there. This is beyond any language. It's beyond any words. The feeling is the only thing that one could immerse itself in. When you have crossed this gateway, you will know, because it is through that knowing that you will become. It is not an action, and it doesn't exist in this dimension. So yeah, I just wanted to give y'all that. I wanted to give y'all that, and I wanted us to get excited for what is to come. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Be forgiving. Be loving. But stand your ground. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. Have your values. Stay away from gossip, drama, bullshit. Stay away from it. Everyone has to own their essence. Doesn't mean that you can't be there to hear when others are going through things. It doesn't mean that. But if you found yourself being distracted by your life, by listening to other people and they constantly are in the same state, then know that that's the state you're in. That is the state you're in. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Take care of your soul family. We have to do that. Take care of each other, to be there for each other, but not be there in your bullshit, not be there in your madness, not be there in your insanity to destroy it all for the sake of just saying that you know what you're doing, you know what you're saying, you right and they're wrong. Not for that. It is a distraction. It is a big distraction at a time, when so much is literally being handed to us all at this time. So much is being handed to us. And if I don't know anything, I know that the beings, the souls, the people that are connected to Planet Remix are some of the most powerful beings that have chosen to incarnate on the planet at a time such as now. It's time to get pen to paper. It's time to wish. It's time to dream, but it's time to forgive, and it's time to forget. Let me throw that in there because a lot of this shit you got to forget. If you don't, it will destroy you. If you are living off of a shaky, abandoned, damaged house, tear it down, forget about it, and start again. Tear it down, start again. Start again. Start fresh in your mind. Start fresh in your heart. Start fresh. Start fresh. You owe it to yourself to start fresh. You owe it to yourself to be kind, because this is what the divine told me to give the message. You don't have to be rude to people, but you need to take a stand, and then you need to be kind. Kind. Step away with kindness. There are so many souls that are lost on the planet right now, and they don't know it. And I wish I could say they're lost. Many are lost with knowledge. They've been led astray. They've been led astray by their own pain, by their own hurt, by their own trauma. They're lost. You may be lost at this particular time, or you may be lost in your own heart at this time. It's okay, because those that are lost has an opportunity to be found. But you have to wish, you have to get in your heart, and you have to see yourself anew. You have to see yourself at the essence of who you are. This is when you get in to your imagination. This is when you get in to your prayer. This is when you get into your faith. All of this. All of this. This is when you get into this. This is when you sit in silence. This is when you sit in silence. This is when you do this. I sat with myself, and I do it a many a days for hours. Believe it or not, the most that I talk is here. Not that I don't talk and engage when I'm with other people and my family and friends. Of course I do. And when I'm working. But here, allow yourself a moment of silence. Not some are not. Some are not lost. Absolutely. Some know more about you than you and have made a decision. Accept that too. Absolutely. Because what other people feel about you is none of your business. None. It's none of your business. It's none. How they feel, what they think is none of your business. It's not your business to change it. It's not your business to make them think different. None of that. It's none of your business what other people think about you. It's none of your business. It's absolutely not. Because whatever they're thinking and whatever decision they made about you, you know it's one they've made for themselves. And you should be okay with that. You should allow yourself the opportunity to let them be okay with who they are. And don't let other people's judgment, other people's decisions determine your outcome in your life. Never, never let that. Never. So it's all love. At the end, it has to be all love if you're loving you. If you're not loving you, then it's not all you. And I'm not here to tell you that everybody you meet on your path and your journey is going to be all loving, because that's simply not going to be the case. And you shouldn't be looking for them to be all loving. You shouldn't. This is why, for me, I only do things that truly my heart calls me to do. So whatever that person decides to do with it, I'm okay with it. You don't want to listen to it, that's fine. If I give you a gift and you throw it in the trash, I'm fine with it. Because I didn't give it to you so you could give me something back. But by the same token, when you know better, not you should do better, but you really need to do better. When you know better, if you're somewhere that doesn't make you feel loved and supported or connected, find somewhere that does. You deserve that. You deserve that. And if you go to 20 places and you can't find it, keep going until you find it. And ultimately, if none of that works, create your place yourself, because you deserve it. We all deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve to have that love and support the way that you see fit. And to live for what is working for you. The challenge comes in is when what you're doing is not working, but we don't want to be open enough to realize we need to make some adjustments. I check myself on that. Because sometimes it's hard to ask for help. And we know all help ain't good help. It just isn't. So, some beautiful things to think about. The rise of the warrior, the lunar eclipse, as we stand in the thresholds of this powerful gateway that is here. That is here. That is here. Yeah. How we feeling? How we feeling? Hey, Rain, you still hanging in there with us? I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Do we need to take calls? I don't even think we need to take calls. I think our work here is done. I think we done. I think we done. What do y'all say? Y'all want to take calls? Let's see. If you're on the phone lines and you want me to take your call, raise your hand. Let's see. Let's see if we need to take calls. We need to take calls. Oh, y'all raising your hand. Y'all raising your hand. Yeah. I'm feeling, choose love always. Every time I see your name, it brings me such peace because that's it. Welcome on in. King Solomon presents Only Quality People. Good informative platform. Thank you. Thank you so much. We didn't do shots out. And let me tell you why. I had this whole thing planned here for you all. But it's okay. I'm going to play this for you. I want to see if you can hear this. And thank you, Priestess Erica. You said this message gave me pure life. Thank you for that. It gave me pure life because I've been working with this message for a minute. So, Oh, okay. King Solomon is the moderator for Brother Rich on the Black Magic 360 YouTube page. Welcome on in. Always beautiful. Always beautiful. Did you all hear that? Did you all hear that music? Well, let me know if you all heard that. Did you all hear that? You heard it loud and clear? Okay, perfect. So I can play it for that. I'm going to take a couple of calls here. And you heard the ringing? Yes. I want to give a big shout out to all of our moderators in the building. Shouts out to Brother Lance, moderating for us tonight. Lola Falana, moderating for us tonight. Brother Dante, moderating for us tonight. And just so glad to have you all here. And shouts out to everyone in the building. And don't forget to check out Goddess Rainwater. I have all of her details linked to the top. I'm going to take a couple of calls here. And I'm going to tell you about that special music there. Because you're going to start to understand what that means. Shouts out for all of our new listeners, Sparkles in the building. All of our international listeners. Wrong. That's for all of our international listeners in the building. And for everybody who was here, Sparkles. Sending you so much love and all of our soul family out there. And just, just know this. The world is not coming to an end. The world is coming to a zen. If you know, then you know. But welcome on in. Welcome on in. Okay, we're going to go to the phone lines. Let me grab my piece of paper here. We're going to kind of do a rapid fire here. Think about your questions. Please make sure you have them ready to go. And we're going to go from that. Just see all the beautiful people in the building tonight. That just brings me so much joy for all of us to get here together. We're going to hear this.
La 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 la, the remix. Hey, this is Baby Blue. And remember, if nothing else moves you, life will.
That's right. If nothing else moves you, life will. If nothing else moves you, life will. Yeah. if nothing else moves you, life will. Life will. That's for sure. Life will. All right. So we're going to go to the phone lines. Let's see who's on the phone lines. And whoa, I'm going to jump around because it's a lot of you on the phone lines. Let's go to the caller. I don't even know. Do I want to even pick tonight? Let's go to the caller calling in from area code 2819. 2819, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hello?
Hello, greetings. Who's on the line, please?
Hi, Ms.Blue. This is Taylor.
Hi, you said Taylor?
Uh-huh.
Greetings, Taylor. Where are you calling from?
Dallas, Texas.
Okay, you're calling from Dallas. You said Taylor or Taylor?
Same thing.
It's this.
Taylor.
Okay, is this your first time calling in?
I was not.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome on in. How can I help you?
Well, I really been growing up on Earth, so I just experienced a lot of things.
Okay.
I really want to know about, honestly, my spiritual team. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's really, at this time, it's really like
Mm-hmm.
guiding me.
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Total number of, you ready for this?
Uh-huh.
Total number of spirit guides you have is 16. You have 16 spirit guides that are with you. And one of your spirit guides that's actually with you is I want to say he he's stepping forward and he has a horn with him. Okay. He has a horn. And this is an ancient horn. Mm-hmm. 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 Now, this is interesting because this horn that he had was actually carved out of wood. It was carved out of a tree. And he's holding this horn. Now, the horn is a symbol. It's a very powerful symbol. Of course, we know it's connected to music, but it's also connected to sacred geometry. It's connected to the celestial horns of the heavens that were there. But this particular horn represents the beauty in all things. And why that is so important is because right now Spirit is really helping you to see the beauty in all things. So the horn is connected, it has a lot of different symbols that's connected with it. So it can be masculine, it can be feminine in its energy, but ultimately it can bring things together. The other thing about the horn is that it also represents the subconscious. It represents the subconscious and the psyche. So what this spirit guide, what he's stepping forward for you, Taylor, is to help encourage you on your path of really upgrading your self-talk, how you talk to yourself, that internal conversation that you're having with yourself as well. The other thing that the horn is there to represent is that there is some sort of holy war going on. And before you kind of get on edge about that, I want you to understand that I talked about a holy war now. See, the meaning of a holy war means that there is something mental that is going on inside that ultimately can affect what's happening externally. So your spirit guides are really here to help you in this holy war, so that you can make sure that you are really taking care and being focused on your thoughts, not allowing yourself to run away with thoughts, but really tapping more into your higher self, making sure that you are walking your talk and talking your walk, making sure those two worlds meet together, because this is how you stop the holy war. And you draw a line in the sand and really start getting yourself a strategy for moving into the future. Yeah.
I receive it.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, thank you. You're so welcome. What were you going to say?
No, I was saying it was a confirmation. Like I said, I've really just been growing up on Earth, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, growing up on Earth seems good. Right now, I am taking a look at your solar plex chakra, and it looks gorgeous. You've been doing a lot of work in that area. Your throat chakra, I would love for you to express yourself in real time. Do me a favor, stop editing your words and learn how to speak from your heart. And that's something I want you to practice. Practice speaking from your heart without editing out your words, without editing out your thoughts. Don't allow them to circumvent themselves through your ego mind, through your conscious mind. Just speak from your heart. Just totally speak from your heart without any hesitation, without editing. All right?
For sure.
All right. Well, peace and love. Thank you for calling in, Taylor.
Peace and love.
All right. Beautiful. Let's go to the next caller. Calling in from area code 5102. 5102, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from. 5102.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Greetings. Who's on the line?
Hi, I'm Rose. I'm calling from the Bay Area.
Okay. Who's on the line?
Rose.
Okay. Greetings, Rose. This your first time calling in?
No, it's not.
Okay. Okay. Well, I trust the first time was very helpful for you. I was able to help you.
Yeah, that's what I was calling for, I just wanted to say thank you. I called like 2 months ago about a relationship situation, and, I kind of was like very much putting up a front with like both you and myself. And, the last 2 shows you did on last week, they've really made a really big difference for me, and I just wanted to say thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. Well, congratulations. And I'm glad that you're taking steps to really focus on loving you, because once we know what it feels like to love ourselves, then we know when we're in alignment with our friends, with people around us, with people we're choosing to be intimate and build relationships with. We know what it's supposed to feel like. Yeah.
Yeah. That's really all.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling in, and please continue the great work. One last thing that I want to give you really, really quick is here's a great ritual you can do while we're in this gateway. I want you to write yourself a letter of all the things you're going to let go of. And I want you to think more internal because we're in this lunar energy and this is more internal, right? This is more subconscious. This is more internal. And I want you to write down a list of things. You know, make it like we're thinking about Odin's daughter trapped in the 10th dimension. 10 things that you want to release. They could be thoughts, they could be actions, it could be all of these things. 10 things that release that. Release those 10 things. And then I want you to write 10 things that you really would love to embody, experience for the future. And hold on to them. And every day that you realize that you have released all of these things from yourself, cross them off. When you know you no longer are doing that anymore, cross it off. Cross it off. Yeah.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right.
Is there anything that God want to say to me before you go?
I just told you everything. When I'm talking to you guys, I'm talking to your guides, your ancestors, the Most High, all of that, your higher self, all of that. So I'm going to give you some sparkles, Rose. And
Thank
there you
you.
go. You're so welcome. Peace and love. Hold the line. All right. We're going to go to the next caller, calling in from area code 4043. Who's on the line, please?
Hello.
Hello. Greetings. Who's on the line?
Can you hear me, Ms.Blue?
I sure can. Who's on the line?
Yes, this is Rashad. I spoke to you last time about being in my head too much. And how can I still manifest things?
Yes.
What I want to know is how can I go about actually making music? Like, how do I go about that?
Tell me what you mean, Rashad. When you say making music, like producing beats, making music?
Like rapping, producing, creating, writing, just,
Okay.
really rapping, making songs and stuff like that.
Let me tell you, Rashad, you've been able to get on this phone line whenever you want. There are people who have been calling in for years and they don't never get picked. The same energy, I need you to keep that same energy that you said, I need to talk to Ms.Blue tonight. I want you to keep that same energy. And that's the energy I want you to sit down and channel to rap, if that's what you're interested in. If you want to rap, if you want to produce beats, if you want to make music, you're going to have to get into the action of doing it. No one is going to tell you. If you're looking for someone to tell you how to do it, then I want you to slow down and ask yourself the honest question. Why do I really want to do this? Because when something is for you, you're not afraid to make mistakes. And see, this is a big part of what's happening is that you are afraid to make mistakes. And I'm here to tell you that you're going to make mistakes. That's a part of the process. Learning is a part of the process. But here's the part people don't often talk about is you got to roll up your sleeves and you got to dive in. You've got to do the work. That's it. You've got to do the work. No, there are music programs now more than any other time in humanity. It's never been so easy to take something from the spirit realm and bring it into the physical realm. And if that's something you want to do it. You live in the ATL. Thank you for that, Priestess Erica. If you want to go to an open mic is there. You can go find you a place, go to an open mic, get up there and rap. You could do it all. No one is going to stop you from doing anything you want. The key is Do you think this is really going to feed your soul?
Mm.
That's the question.
Mm.
So, a little bit of soul searching, a little bit of experience. Find something that brings you joy, you enjoy doing, you're going to have fun doing, and get out and try to do it. That's the only way you're going to know how to do it. If you want to know how to rap, there's YouTube videos. I'm not a rapper. If you want to know how to make music, hell, I can spin a couple of beats. I know how to make some beats, but I learned how to do it just by playing around with the program. And that's the same thing. I don't want you to be afraid to give yourself a chance. Don't give up on you. Okay, Rashad? Don't be afraid to give
Okay.
yourself a chance. If it's something you want to try to do and or not try to do, if it's something you want to do and you want to experience, do it. Do it. Just go do it. Just go do it.
And I have another question too. I'm sorry.
Okay, real quick, Rashad.
Okay. Now, how many spirit guides do I have? Are there any spirit guides that have messages for me or anything?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, total number of spirit guides you have is 5. You have 5 spirit guides that are currently with you. And the 5 spirit guides that are currently with you, believe it or not, one of your spirit guides was a farmer. And interesting enough, because it's going to be a lot of things coming up with farming in the next couple of days. You said you live in the Georgia area. You're calling in from Georgia. It's going to be a lot of regulations, a lot of changes, a lot of uproar, a lot of things happening in farming. But this particular spirit guide was a farmer. His family, he came from a family who had farms as well too, and everything that they grew and they had on their land is what they ate. And he really learned the importance of how to begin to eat healthy and how the food was able to alter his DNA. And this is what needs to happen with you. I need you, when I talk to brothers, I typically like brothers' energy to be somewhere around 60 to 70 if we're thinking miles an hour. And right now, you about going about a good 25, 30 miles an hour. And that means that your frequency is too low. And one of the fastest ways to get your energy and your frequency up is through eating healthy vibrational foods and really enjoying the process of preparing your food. So these are some of the things that I want you to think about. Maybe find a recipe book or something that interests you. And I want you to begin to start preparing your meals and taking pride in making sure you know what you're nourishing inside of yourself when you're eating these foods. And really have fun with making these dishes and putting things together that are healthy for you. I feel like you can use some, omega 3s, things that really healthy foods that feed the cells and the brain and in the mind and really just help your energy to stay uplifted.
Okay, Ms. Blue.
All right.
Well, I know you said you gotta hurry up, and I just wanted to know one more thing about my solar chakras and stuff like that. The one you told about the with the other girl, you told her about her chakras.
Mm-hmm. Well, right now, I want to tell you this. You got a leak in the back of your third eye. It's leaking. Now, as we continue to talk, it's starting to slow up. But the back of the third, see, all of our chakras, except for the crown and the root chakra, has a backside. And the backside of that chakra is a receiving portal. And in the back of your third eye, this is when we receive information that come from people around us that we love and we care about and have respect for. It's where divine wisdom comes in, meaning wisdom that is not based on man's knowledge or people's knowledge. This is higher insight from God, the universe, your higher self, and even out of other dimensions and other realms. And you really are not taking any energy in back there, which tells me that what's happening is that you are totally focused on taking in your thoughts, which means you are totally in your conscious mind as your first point of inception. And your first point of your inception of energy coming in through your body should really be two places. One, coming in through the soles of your feet, and two, coming in through hearing, but not hearing, because true hearing doesn't come from your ears, it comes in through your heart. And so these are the two portals I want you to constantly work on, and not allowing your mind, your ego mind, as textbook would say, to lead the conversation.
Okay, Ms.Blue. Well, I sure thank you for tonight.
You're welcome. I want you to go back and just kind of, it's not a word I say often, Rashad, but I'm going to say it for you tonight because it's so fitting. I want you to process everything that I said. Just take it all in, see what feels right for you. Work on eating some healthy foods. You know, who knows? That may lead you to making some beautiful music, right? So I want you to just kind of take it all in. But the main thing I want you to take away, do not be afraid to try something that is coming from your heart. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid to take a chance and try something. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I thank you, Ms.Blue, and I hope you have a great night.
You too. Love you so much. Let me give you some sparkles. And by the way, you know, you can always come in the Blue Room because Brother Lance is always going to give you a reading too. And along with the other Planet Remix family members,
I
give you
have one more question, but
no,
I
no,
want to ask you.
no. You don't get another question. You certainly don't. Love you, love you, love you, but you don't get another question.
Love you too.
All right, peace and love. Go in the Blue Room. They'll get those questions for you. Hold the line. Rashad said, one more question. One more question. I know. I used to be that way when I was in college. One quick question. One more quick question. The professors literally used to run from me. Let's go to the next caller. Let's see where I am. Next caller calling in from area code 8035. 8035, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from. 8035 going once. 8035 going twice. 8035 gone. And you're absolutely right. Who put in there sun, tea, moon, water, tonics, herbs, etc.? Well, I ain't drinking all of that, but I do got me some sun tea. I do got me some moon tea, and I do got me some liquid magic. So it's a nice combination we got going on over here. Let's go to the next caller. Calling in from area code 9014, 9014. You're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from. Uh-oh.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Who's on the line, please?
Hi.
Hi.
It's Ranisha. How are you?
I am good. You said Lanisha?
Ranisha with an R.
Oh, Ranisha. Beautiful name, Ranisha. Is this your first time calling in?
No, this is actually my second.
Okay. Ranisha, you got a lot going.
I called you a while back.
You got a lot going on.
To another room.
Yeah. So we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay. I said I called a while back. I think it was around March
Mm-hmm.
when I was I just called to see if there was any messages for me, and you told me there were some things that I needed to get rid of, and you saw something with my name on it. And I ended up getting a job that I had been waiting to find out about. And so I've been working in
Beautiful.
that new role now since then.
Congratulations.
So thank you. I'm actually sitting here at my cousin's house, and something that we share in common is that we both lost a parent within the last year or two. And
Sorry to
my
hear
dad, the
that.
reason why I called in today, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, he died unexpectedly September 26th, and we're just really, you know, at a loss of what's going on. And
Yeah.
I wanted to see if you could connect with him and see if there's anything that
Let's
he could tell me,
yeah, let's
because it's kind
see.
of uncertain.
Yeah, let's see because interesting enough, I'm gonna tell you even before you started talking, I seen a man standing behind you and he was holding his chest and it
Mm-hmm.
was like he couldn't breathe. It's like his air had been
Mm-hmm.
totally cut off and he couldn't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's my dad.
I'm going to tell you, so that is your dad. So that makes sense. And here's the thing. It's almost like, and the only reason I know this, Ranisha, is because growing up, my brother had asthma real bad. And I seen like your dad was
Mm-hmm.
almost wheezing as if he was having some sort of attack, some sort of asthma
Mm-hmm.
attack of some sort, of something. But this is him. And the main thing he's saying immediately is he's so sorry because it was unexpected. It was very unexpected. But one of the things for him, he had been not feeling well for a minute. Did you know that?
And I know, I know it.
Yeah.
And I wish I would have I told him I knew it.
Yeah. He hadn't been feeling well and he tried to cover it up. You know, he kind of was one of those tough daddies, you know? He could kind of push through
Like his
anything.
daughter.
Yeah, yeah. He could push through anything. And he keeps saying to me, he said, you know, Ms.Blue, I should have slowed down. I should have just slowed down. I was doing too much and didn't feel too well. I should have really slowed down when I first started feeling really bad. He says he wish he would have slowed down, you know, just wish he would have slowed down a little bit, you know, but the other thing, because okay, so it's a couple of things coming through. So I see your dad, but he's showing me something with his hand. Something with
Is
his
it his wrist?
yes, he's showing me something. What happened with his? What is it? Is it what was going on with
He was
this?
going to the doctor to find out like what was going on with it. My dad was a master towel setter. And so
Oh,
my
okay.
brother took on that same trade,
It's making
and over
sense.
time it built
You
like a big knot in his
yes.
wrist.
Okay. So it's making sense. Now here's the other thing. And your dad told me he had a lot of underlying health issues that he kind of ignored. So now I understand why he's showing me his hand and he's showing me he's moving his wrist around, which you alluded to that. He's showing me that. So that knot that he had there was actually caused because of a influx. And I'm not a medical doctor, but of course I'm a
Right.
certified holistic practitioner. So I'm going to use the term that is a medical term, but I'm not a medical doctor. But your dad is telling me about something that to do with insulin, do with sugar in his body and a buildup. Does that make sense?
Diabetes.
Yeah. So this was a imbalance that was in him. Now, the other thing that I want you to also understand that when souls come to the planet and when we leave, this is determined partially by us. Not stepping on anyone's belief system, but it's partially our decision. Like we have these agreements and we have so many different doors of opportunity that we can actually leave this life, you know? And even though this was quick, because I promise you, your father really didn't think he was going to go. He really thought he was going to pull this one off because
He was trying.
Yep.
He was trying.
He really didn't think he was going to go, but he was. And he did have some indication. And he said he left clues, and you all see the clues that he knew he was possibly going to be gone. And it's, yeah, and it's certain things he left in place, but he is so sorry. But he's telling me how he loved his family. He absolutely loved his family.
And we loved him.
Yes, and he loved you guys so much. And
we know he did.
And the other thing he's saying is he had such big dreams. He's like, oh my God, Ms. Blue, you talking about dreams tonight? He was like, that's my favorite thing to do. To dream. Like he wanted to have a house in all these different places in the world. And he knew how he wanted to have it decorated and, you know, all kinds of stuff. He had a real good eye for a lot of these things and was so good. And now he's getting to the most holy and sacred part. He's showing me your mother. How is your mother? How is she?
She's married and she's not really talking about how she's feeling. She's always been the type to kind of be a loner.
Yes.
When she's dealing with grief. And he was married to someone else. So,
wait a minute. He already told me. That's why I didn't say, he said, how is my wife? He didn't say that. He was asking about your mother. Please let her know that when she is in the bathroom and she is looking in the mirror and she sees him, she really sees him and he really sees her and he loves her. Okay. He thanks her and he says, Ms. Blue, that woman loved me when I had lost my mind. When my mind was gone, she loved me. And he said, I will forever be thankful and grateful and loving to her for not only being the mother of my children, but for loving me through my craziest, wildest times of my life.
She feels the same. I promise you does.
Well, please tell her that. Let her hear that because he's making it known that he says he loved his wife he was with. No shade to her, but I'm talking to you. So he's focusing on you and your family. But he says, she was the love of my life. He said, I learned so many lessons from this woman. So many lessons from this woman. And he's sending her so much love and so much gratitude and also love to the whole family. But he says, Ms. Blue, that woman loved me when I lost my mind. And you know, the song that I hear playing is I remember when I lost my mind. This is the song I hear. Such a beautiful smile your father had, and his personality is coming through so strong because he was very charismatic, you know?
Most definitely.
Very charismatic. And he says, my son. He said, my son. So two things. I feel like there's two boys, but he's specifically saying son. So either he's talking about your brother, which would be the oldest son, I'm thinking,
That's the
because
one in jail.
okay. This is who he's saying. My son. You tell my son he better not give up. He better not give up.
Okay.
Tell my son.
Okay.
My son. He's making
I
that
sure will.
point because is your brother named after him?
They have the same name.
Yes. See, this is I can't make it up. So he's saying, my
Not
son,
at all.
tell my son, he better not give up. He better not give up. So, and he loves him.
Okay.
He loves him. And no worries, because your dad is telling me, like, I guess it was something he was supposed to be able to come and see and get out, but it didn't work out, or something happened and he missed something. And yeah, it's okay, because he comes to see him every single night. Every single night.
And my brother told me just today that he feels like my dad is behind him every step of the way.
Yes,
like,
yes,
every day.
yes.
He feel like he's playing games with him.
That's right. He is there with him. He's right there with him. And now he's equating to his son too. So this is either a child he had in the other marriage or stepson he raised, but he's acknowledging
My stepbrother.
Okay, there you go. He's acknowledging the stepbrother, and he wants the whole family to know that he is the guardian angel for everyone there.
No,
He's
We
the
know
guardian angel
We know it.
that is there, and he will be guiding the family on how to move forward and what to do from there. And he says, my daughter, and he's holding his heart. So you must be the oldest girl, only girl?
I'm the oldest girl.
You're the oldest girl. So he's holding his heart, and he loves you so much. He loves you absolutely so much. And he knows, but he's still with you, will always be with you. Here's the other thing. There is something that, how is he putting this to me? There is, so are you thinking about starting a business or doing something in honor of your father?
I have been thinking about just trying to figure out what I want to do.
Okay, well, listen, he's going to be working with you. This is your confirmation. You hear me? This is your confirmation, because he's going to show you. And I feel like it's still so early. It's still so fresh, and everything is so new. But there's going to be some things that come out a little later that's going to come out. And he also wants to thank you for the way that you handled things, because he said he never wants you to feel like you're being left out. And some of the stuff you felt like you were kind of not included or left out of. Is this true?
Mm-hmm. Especially now, it's just so much going on, and I wanted to connect and just make sense of everything, because there's so much going on, and I feel like we have been left out, just his children and grandchildren, as being a part of his life, because I know he was devoted to us.
Yes.
And it's almost as if they're acting like we were not even a part of his life.
Well, here's the thing, and this is why your father is acknowledging this. That's going to settle, and clarity is going to come. Just stay open, but know that you're not going to be left out. Your brother, you're not left out. So just know that clarity will come, and just know that your father is holding you oh so close and so tight, and he's right there with you. He's right there with you every step of the way, and he loves all of you unconditional. Please give that message to your mother. He's been waiting to share this message for a while.
Tell him he knew I was coming because I told him I was coming. If something ever happened, I was going to come and talk to him.
So
I
yes,
will tell her for
yes,
sure.
absolutely. And know that he is there and he hears you when you're speaking to him and talking to him, and and he's loving on you. He says he has only one regret. And that regret is that he did not merge his love for all of his children and family together more. That's it.
Yeah.
The other one is he said
it will work into it.
Yes, yes. And he's there helping you all bring this together. But there is no love loss. He loves his family he has now. And he loves his wife he has now, but he also has love for your mother. So please, he doesn't want her to think
Tell
that.
him my mama knows. She has said it. She
Yeah,
knows
yeah,
what his heart.
yes,
What he felt.
yes. So that's
She knows.
that's the main thing. And he wants to make sure that you're good and you will be good and you will be blessed and, all of these things. And there may even be something else coming up with your brother, your oldest brother, something with his case, something may get open up again. It may result in even him being able to get out, but he has to not give up. And your dad feels like he's trying to give up right now, and he cannot give up because it looks like there is going to be an opening in his case, and it may be an opportunity for him to get early release. And to get some other things overturned. So that's going to be the main thing. Here is something else. It is I'm trying to did you recently have a aunt or someone who passed away?
I had
prior
two
to your
aunts that
dad?
passed away.
Okay, because your dad
One of them, her daughter is who I'm at her house right now.
Oh, okay.
Carolyn.
Okay, well, he's acknowledging that she's there. Okay.
Oh, tell her we said hi.
Yeah.
I would love to know if she has to say anything to her children.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I can tell them.
But okay, so I'm trying to bring this message through to your brother. Your dad is saying that he needs to make sure that he is using his time constructively and let me ask you, have you ever heard your brother mention the name Matthew to you? Who is that?
I feel like maybe my youngest brother may have mentioned that name because I have two brothers. One is in jail and one does the same work that he's doing now that's not in jail. But I feel like he said the name Matthew, but I can get clarity. I can find out.
Get clarity because your dad is bringing forth this name Matthew, and not in a scary kind of way, but your dad is saying, be aware of Matthew. And just take that with you. Mention it to both your brothers, but he's mentioning that name Matthew. And yeah, and he's not saying anything negative, but I will say this, he's not saying anything exciting either. But just to be aware of Matthew. Be aware of what's going on with Matthew, and just make sure that he is staying focused and doing the things he needs to
Okay.
do. In fact, they mention it to both the brothers, to give them
Okay.
that name, to give them that name. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I sure
To make
will.
sure, that he has that. And so the aunt that is there, what is her name?
Carolyn,
Carolyn. Okay. Okay.
it could be Wanda.
Okay. But the one that your house you're over mother.
Oh yeah, her name is Carolyn.
Okay, so I'm gonna give a sign, and you all can tell me if this is Aunt Carolyn. Did she love candles?
Okay. Yes.
This is her, because she's holding a damn candle.
She love candles.
A beautiful scented candle.
Yes, that's her thing. Every season had a different candle.
Yes. So I can't make this up. She's holding a candle. I'm like, why has this lady got a candle? She has a candle. And so here's the thing. For her, even though she passed away, I feel like she had an illness, like she was sick as well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
She was sick.
Leukemia.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she was sick. She was sick.
Leukemia at a late age.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And here is the thing with your aunt. Okay, so I'm seeing a couple of objects. She's taking me to a schoolhouse. Why would she take me to a schoolhouse? What's her connection to the schoolhouse?
Let me go with my cousin real quick. I wonder if it's a schoolhouse. Her job, she worked with children with disabilities with the state. So that may be what's looking like the schoolhouse. You want to talk to your mom? What would be the significance of a schoolhouse with your mom? I'm thinking that it will be that job.
It could be if she worked with children.
My cousin is.
Yeah, with limitations. Well, here's the thing. Her mother honestly was ready to go. She's sending so much love, but she definitely was ready to go.
I definitely believe that.
Yeah, she was ready to go. I feel like there was something that happened in her life, and it just took all the life out of her. Who was the person? Was someone in the family killed either by accident or took their own life or something in the family?
No, I don't know all of that history. I can find out, but I know my granddad's mother was killed brutally, and one of my grandmother's sisters was killed brutally.
Okay, they are there, but they are standing by this aunt. But is that aunt? I don't feel like that aunt is connected to your dad. How is she connected to the family?
She's my mom's sister.
Oh, okay. So it's making sense. But the two women standing by her are the two who have been.
It may be my grandma and it may be my grandmother and my aunt Wanda, who passed not too long ago as well.
Right. Because here's the thing that I feel for your cousin, for your aunt, that you're asking me that's here, that's holding the candle, is that she felt powerless in her life. She just says that it got to the point where nothing she was trying to make happen, it just seemed like she was becoming powerless. And she didn't want to live that way. She didn't want to let her ailment.
That might have been my Aunt Wanda then.
She felt very powerless.
It's one of the two.
Yeah.
One of the two, though.
Felt very powerless in her life, you know? And this could be deceiving from the facade she put up that she had everything together and she was always helping people, but she felt very useless and powerless. Like what she was doing was not meaningful, This is her, the one with leukemia. But who's standing by her, which is interesting, is on your father's side, your grandmother and the other one that was brutally killed, that's standing next to her.
So it may be my big mom on my dad's side.
Yeah. So the families have.
And see, that aunt, her kids are related to me on both sides of my family. So my mom and my mom and her sister, of course, they were sisters.
Right.
But they married cousins. My dad and their dad are cousins.
This is why they're all together. I'm like, how the hell this happened? Woo! Oh, y'all are taking me through tonight. I'm trying to figure out why your daddy's family is coming through with your mama's side.
That's why.
And that's why, because the families are intertwined. Well, they're all there together, and that's a beautiful thing. They're all there together. But please tell her children that she loved them. She loved them. She loved them. She loved them. She knows they're hurting and she is there with them, but she is fine, because I feel like one of the children, and it could even be your cousin's house you're at, feels like their mother is suffering and she didn't suffer. She's not suffering. And she is in her version of heaven, because she was a very religious woman. She's in her version. She's in her version of heaven. Let her know that she's wonderful. She's beautiful. And she's back to her normal self. Because towards the end, she's saying she's so sorry that she kind of got a little mean. And it was because of her pain, some of the things she was dealing with. But she loved them and she loves them dearly. Yeah, honey, that was a deep one. I was trying to figure out why your daddy family with your mama family and then I see a woman, two women coming up. One of them tells me she was brutally killed, and I'm like, why are you telling me this? So listen.
My granddad's mom was shot in the vagina.
Oh no. This is the powerless. This is so interesting.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, when we're done, I'm going to talk with them because they have a lot to say.
Okay.
I'm going to keep talking to them because she has a lot to say.
Ma'am.
I didn't go into her story, but she told me she was brutally killed. That's why I asked you who in the family was brutally killed. It was her, and she was shot in the vagina. This is why she said she felt powerless, and hence the reason she's telling me about you. She said, please, 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 healthy, loving, nurturing relationships only.
She know I need that.
Yes. Oh my God. It's so clear why she came through. She came through for you to let you know. This is why they both were sharing with me. They felt powerless. These are women who felt powerless. If your grandmother was shot and killed in her vagina, what is more sacred than could be taken from a woman to be killed through her womb? But it did not kill her spirit, because that lives strong in all the women in the family and all the women and the men who love women in your family. And this is why she's stressing to you only healthy, loving, nurturing relationships only. Nothing is worth sacrificing to that point. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. They got a lot to say. I may journal some of this, but listen, it's also, I want you to know that even though this looks like an ability, and I am so grateful to the Most High. I know I am blessed with this ability, but I know that this is a part of my life's work and mission is to help everyone see that we all can do this. And you can connect with your grandmother, your father, your aunt. You have this strong ability as well, too. And this is a part of what I want you to harness. Learn how to love yourself, trust yourself, have your self-respect at all costs for yourself, for your children, for your babies, for the family. But know that you can connect with them as well. Just like you're talking to me, you can talk to them. And you have a high sense of intuition. So make sure you're listening to your intuition and you are trusting that within yourself. Because for your big mama to come through and tell me she was brutally killed, and I'm like, wait a minute, was somebody in the family killed? What's going on here? And your other aunt to come through to tell me she felt she was killed and she was powerless. Understand that the women and the men in the family now, through love and through healing, can erase this generational pattern of being in these curses, relationships that are unhealthy to a fault. Okay?
Most definitely.
Yeah. And you're the
And
one
we know what it is, and we noticed it.
That's
I
right.
think we just needed to hear this so that I can bring it to them and say, this is how we get to do this.
That's
this
right.
is how we get to it.
Yeah. You just let anybody in the family hear this. I don't care how untapped in they are, they going to know this is real. So,
I know that's right.
I don't care how good I think I am. No, this is a higher power in operation with all of us. But I want you to trust yourself with that and really go back and listen. And when your cousin is ready, she can be open to hear from her mother and hear the things that her mother said as well, too. So they're all sending you love. You all have so many loving family members on the other side. So I'm sending you all love and they're sending you all love and hugs and kisses and all of that beautiful things. So I thank you for calling in and I love you so much. And I thank you for trusting me to be able to do this. This is one of the best parts that I love so much about this work that just keeps me in it, to be able to help people bring closure, to know that just because we die here, as the word or as it said, our soul lives on forever. You understand? And nothing truly dies because we're energy and energy cannot be destroyed. It cannot die. So know that your father is alive. He's just not in his physical body. Your grandmother and all of the women, your aunt, all of them are still alive. They're just not in their bodies. And we can connect with them and they can speak with us. And they are here to help and assist us as well. All right?
Yes, ma'am, and I will, and I love you, and I thank you.
You're welcome. Let me give you some sparkles. There you go. Because that was a doozy. I don't think I've ever... And you know, here's the thing. To date, people hate when I give this number, but I've been doing this for over 15 years. I've done over 40,000 readings easily. That's not even probably counting the remix readings talking about sessions all over the world for people. And I don't think I've ever had a situation. I definitely ain't had nobody being shot in a yoni before. Like, I really got to have some conversations.
I
With
feel
you.
like I feel the pain sometimes. I can't even lie, and I've just been. That's where I've been at, and it's crazy that they came up. Well, not crazy,
Yeah,
but
but I know what you mean.
it's amazing that it came up tonight because I've been feeling. It's like it's been a calling from them,
Yes.
and to hear
Yes.
them come out tonight, that just meant everything to me.
Yes. Because they're letting you know that you're the one to break this in the family lineage. Healthy, your grandmother said, tell healthy, loving relationships, starting with the relationship of loving yourself first. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Peace and
Have
love.
a good rest of the night.
You too.
Peace and love.
Ooh, my goodness. Oh my goodness. The rise of the warrior. The lunar eclipse. The lunar gateway. That last reading. My goodness. I wish I could share with you all the visions that I got. So beautiful, so telling, but also very shocking to hear, but so powerful. And that's what I want us to take away from that. So powerful that her grandmother, and sometimes not who we want to talk to, doesn't come through. I really would like to say, I probably can go in the spirit world at this point and go get anyone. And I would like to say I'm kind enough, I'm silly enough, and that they will talk to me. I've only had a few times that a spirit just told me, I don't know you like that. I'm not talking to you. Very few. But I always trust that whoever comes through, the divine comes through when it comes through, is who needs to come through for healing, for elevation, because souls only come through when they have a message to give you, to elevate you. That's it. That's it. When they have something to tell you, when they have something to share, they're not coming through to say, have a good day and that they love you. They're coming through with the message. That's when they come through. That's when it's most powerful. And I just want to thank the caller, Ranisha, because she explained why. Because abruptly, while her aunt was holding the candle, these two women just walked up, and they both told me they were killed. And then her grandmother was one who said, I was brutally killed. And listen, you can't make this stuff up. And she said she was feeling pain in her womb area. And she felt like it was a connection, a calling, but she didn't have that proof. So this is the way that we have to make sure that we trust ourselves, because all of us can do this work. We all have a connection. We call it a gift. And I understand the gratitude and the reverence and saying it's something very sacred and a gift, but everybody can do this. Every one of you. In fact, it's necessary. It's becoming as necessary as listening to our intuition. To our intuition. You can't survive here without your intuition. And you can't survive here without being connected to your emotions. They are not a bad thing. When I started this journey, that was one of the things that I said, is that I was going to teach the whole world that they had this whole emotional thing upside down and all wrong. And I would like to say that I contribute a little bit to helping souls on the planet, myself included, to understand about the power of emotions, the healing medicine of emotions. When we understand their role, their purpose, their connection of what they're there for, how to use them, how to allow them to flow through us, the role that it plays in manifestation in our lives, in the creation process, and everything that we know our lives to be and want it to be, in healing, in destruction, in separation, in the coming together, all of it. So just powerful. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. I love it. And for as long as the divine will have me to be in this space and to sit in this space and to be able to do this work, I will honor it, hold it sacred, work on myself, and continue to do and to continue to share, to continue to teach. I love teaching. I love sharing. I love loving. I love being connected. So yeah, I get a little emotional, especially when I know that the work is bringing so much closure to people, so much closure. We're learning so much about death. We're learning so much about life. We're learning so much about ourselves. We're growing, we're evolving. And I see this for all of you too. And sometimes I know I can be a little, But I want you to know how powerful you are, how divine you are, how sacred you are, how unique you are, how incredible you are, how magical you are, how abundant you are. Just if you all could see yourselves as I see you, wow, that's a oh my God. That's a oh my God. It's an incredible light. I don't take any of you for granted. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And for those of you in self-invested, none of these isms, Ms.Blue isms, are just some shit I make up on the fly. This is real life to me. And I hold them very sacred because they came at some of my lowest moments. But it brought me into so much light. So much light. So no matter where you are in this work, no matter how you may be feeling today, no matter what you've been going through, no matter what kind of curves life has apparently dealt you or what situation you're in, take a step back for a moment and recognize your magnificence. Because it is in that space that you can embrace the essence of who you are. And these avatar bodies, these avatar bodies that we focus so much on. And don't get me wrong, we got to take care of the Merkaba. We got to take care of this. But know that there's so much more to you than meets the eye. Than meets the eye. And as we continue to walk through this gateway, through this lunar eclipse gateway, and we start to turn inward, I need you to remember that you are a star. And I say that because it was some years ago that I came up with everyone in Planet Remix are stars. Now that may seem like that's kind of corny, Ms. Blue. Let me tell you the backstory, because I don't think I ever shared it. It was during that year is when I started working with celebrities, A-listers, diplomats, political figures, queens, kings, prince and princesses. And no, I'm not making it up. It's real shit. That I realized when I started reading them, it was no different than reading Planet Remix. And I said, yeah, we're all stars. And even though science has backed it up, and science knows that we are made of stardust, and we know that, our ancestors understood that, I literally mean it when I say we are all stars. The difference is, have you, if you look at the activation art, if you look at Gateway, you will see the beam that's holding the star. So my question to you is, have you embraced your star? Many of us have not. We have not embraced the star that we are. And when you haven't done that, it's hard to see your way out. So yeah. So you know. So you know. Woo! Oh, what a night. I have something. One more thing for us. One more thing for us before we go. I promise. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see. I'm reading the Blue Room. You all are so amazing. Hold on, let me see if I can find this. Mike can't find it. If I can find it, then I'm going to... I'm looking for something real quick. I know I should be playing music or something, but maybe this. I think I got it. Hold on one second. Yeah, I think I got it. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. We might get to do some fun stuff. Okay.
As we get ready,
Let's do a spirit quest. Speaking of stars, who's up for a spirit quest? I think this is perfect. I'll tell you the backstory afterwards. So just give me a star in the blue room if you can hear. Let's get ready. Let's get ready. We about to go. That's right. Let's go. Here we go.
as we get ready to start the spirit quest, I want to ask you a couple of questions. The first question I want to ask you is, what is impossible for you? And I want you to really kind of internalize that. I want you to bring that in. I want you to begin to really kind of harness that energy and start to think about it. What is impossible for you? If I were to say to you right now, what is something in your life that is impossible? Like it's impossible for you to do. It's important that you really begin to bring your mind into this spot. Now, whether that's climbing to the top of Mount Everest, or if it's swimming across the Atlantic Ocean, or even if it's winning a Nobel Peace Prize, I want you to challenge yourself right now to think about something that is completely impossible.
Okay. I don't want y'all to have the reverb. Let me see if we can fix the reverb. Let's see if we can fix it. You all tell me it's a recording, so I know I kind of snapped y'all out. It's okay. I'm sorry. But I want you to hear it without the reverb on it. So I'm going to see if I can eliminate that. So I'm going to play it and then you all tell me if you still hear the reverb. Give it a few minutes because I need to get it set up. I'm sorry. Y'all like Ms.Blue, like really?
As we get ready to start the spirit quest, I want to ask you a couple of questions. The first question I want to ask you is, what is impossible for you? And I want you to really kind of internalize that. I want you to bring that in. I want you to begin to really kind of harness that energy and start to think about it. What is impossible for you? If I were to say to you right now, what is something in your life that is impossible? Like it's impossible for you to do. It's important that you really begin to bring your mind into this spot. Now, whether that's climbing
Okay. Can y'all hear me? Okay. I'm just talking away. Am I back now? I'm still not back. Yes. Okay. So I'm back. And we back. All right. So we're going to do it this time. And I want everybody just to get themselves sitting up straight, spine straight, feet on the ground. Just kind of relax. Close your eyes because we're going to shut out the outside world. And all you have to do, if you've never done a spirit quest before, it's something Spirit gave me over 15 years ago. And what a spirit quest is, it's a meditation, visualization, connecting with your higher self and grounding yourself, had a baby, it would be a spirit quest. That's what it is. And reprogramming your subconscious mind. This particular spirit quest was a project that was put together in 2014 by Brother Bilal, Dr. Banks, and myself. It's powerful. And Spirit just told me, listen, you have got to do this. And I know many of you have been here for a long time and y'all know it. How to do a spirit quest, but I know we have new listeners, so I like to always put that in there. So now that you're sitting quietly, feet flat on the ground, doesn't matter how you hold your hands. You want to put it in a mudra. You want to put them palms up, palms down, cross them, however you want. You can do it. You can even do it if you're laying down as well too. But you're going to want to close your eyes if possible, unless you're operating machinery or driving. Don't do it. And just follow my voice. I'm going to be your guide. I'm going to lead you in. And I will see you all on the other side of the quest.
As we get ready to start the spirit quest, I want to ask you a couple of questions. The first question I want to ask you is, what is impossible for you? And I want you to really kind of internalize that. I want you to bring that in. I want you to begin to really kind of harness that energy and start to think about it. What is impossible for you? If I were to say to you right now, what is something in your life that is impossible? Like it's impossible for you to do. It's important that you really begin to bring your mind into this spot. Now, whether that's climbing to the top of Mount Everest, or if it's swimming across the Atlantic Ocean, or even if it's winning a Nobel Peace Prize, I want you to challenge yourself right now to think about something that is completely impossible to you. And I don't care what it is. It could be selling out Madison Square Garden. But I want you to think about something that right now, at this moment, is impossible for you. Is it running a 10K marathon? What is it? I also want you to open your mind and kind of flirt with this thought for a while. I want you to think about a dream that possibly you feel the door has closed on. One of those dreams, you know, that you sit back and you kind of think, coulda, shoulda, woulda. I want you to think about that. It could even be you flying. I mean, hey, I want you to think about something that is impossible for you. So whether that's a dream that you feel you kind of missed the doorway of opportunity and now you're standing on the other side, or think about something that is impossible. There is something very magical about stretching your mind beyond the limits. And in this cosmic experience, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to a place where we begin to activate all of those cells, all of those cosmic cells that exist inside of our body that help us reach those things that we know today as being impossible, to making them very, very, very possible for us, and even achieving them. So let's get ready. I want you to make sure that you're just in a nice, comfortable position. You don't have to close your eyes because, of course, this is not meditation. This is a spirit quest. So I want you to just relax. Take nice, deep breaths in and out, nice and slow. That's it. Just breathe in and out, nice and slow. Just relax, feeling your body relax with each breath that you take in and that you release out. And the whole time that you're doing this, I want you to begin to hold that thought in your mind that is impossible for you. Because we're about to take a trip to activate all of that cosmic energy that lives inside of you. To take those dreams, those things that were impossible in this moment, and we're going to make them possible. So just keep taking nice deep breaths in and out, nice and slow. That's it. Excellent. Now, as you continue to breathe in and out, I want you to just close your eyes. That's it. And as you close your eyes, I want you to begin to see everything completely pitch black. You're in complete darkness. Just like the night sky, I want you to see darkness. And now I want you to begin in your mind's eye to look up like you're looking at the night sky, and everywhere you look, everywhere you see all of the stars that are just shining and sparkling. There's so many stars in the sky, and everywhere you look, and every star that you are looking at is a part of the Milky Way. So I want you to begin to reach up, find that star, the one that is sparkling the most for you. And I want you to pull yourself up to that star. And then begin to lift yourself all the way up until you're standing on the star. Excellent. So now, while you're standing on the star, I want you to begin to look around. And I want you to begin to see all of the stars as well as the stardust that is floating all around in space. That's it. Look around. All around you, you are covered with stars and stardust. I want you to reach up and I want you to grab some stardust in your hand. And then I want you to begin to hold that stardust and take it and place it in the middle of your forehead. That is where your third eye is. It is that activation center that activates those things of thoughts, feeling, and touch, and even take you beyond anything that this world has ever seen. So take that stardust and place it on the center of your forehead. That's it. Excellent. You can feel the energy